In the quiet streets of Owensboro, Kentucky, a young boy dreamed under the hum of a guitar. That boy was Johnny Depp, a name that would one day echo through Hollywood, a symbol of creativity and resilience. But before the fame, before the fall, there was a journey of humble beginnings, a rise to stardom, and a spirit that refused to break. This is his untold story, a tale of a man the world turned against, yet who stood taller than ever. Born on June 9, 1963, Johnny Christopher Depp II entered a world of modest means. His father, John Christopher Depp, was a civil engineer, and his mother, Betty Sue Palmer, worked as a waitress. The family moved frequently, chasing stability across Kentucky and Florida, but stability was a rare guest in their lives. Young Johnny found solace in music, strumming his first guitar at 12, a gift that became his escape from a turbulent home. His parents' divorce when he was 15 only deepened his resolve to carve his own path. He dropped out of high school, dreaming of rock stardom with his band, The Kids. But fate had other plans. A chance encounter with Nicolas Cage in the early 1980s steered him toward acting, a leap into the unknown that would define his legacy. Johnny Depp was no ordinary actor. With a flair for the eccentric, he carved a niche that defied Hollywood norms. From the haunting innocence of Edward Scissorhands to the roguish charm of Captain Jack Sparrow, his collaborations with Tim Burton became legendary. Fans adored him, not just for his roles, but for the originality he breathed into every performance. This was the magic of Johnny, a man who turned scripts into art. His debut in A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984 was a modest start, but it opened doors to a career that would soon dazzle. By 1990, Edward Scissorhands showcased his ability to blend vulnerability with quirkiness, a role that cemented his bond with Burton. The 1990s brought a string of unique characters: Ed Wood, Don Juan DeMarco, each a testament to his refusal to conform. Then came 2003 and Pirates of the Caribbean, where Jack Sparrow's slurred swagger and unpredictable antics won him an Oscar nomination and a place in cinematic history. His partnership with Burton grew into a creative symbiosis, producing films like Corpse Bride and Sweeney Todd, each role a brushstroke on the canvas of his artistry. Fans flocked to theaters, not just to see movies, but to witness a man who dared to be different in an industry obsessed with sameness. Behind the laughter was a man quietly breaking. Fame brought pressure, loneliness, and an unrelenting media glare. The spotlight that elevated him also cast long shadows. In the 1990s, his high-profile relationship with Winona Ryder ended in heartbreak, fueling tabloid frenzy. His 1994 destruction of a New York hotel room after a fight with Kate Moss marked a public unraveling, a cry for privacy in a world that offered none. The constant scrutiny wore on him, turning joy into a performance. He sought refuge in his work, pouring himself into roles, but the weight of expectation grew heavier. Friends recall a man who loved deeply. His children, Lily Rose and Jack, became his anchors, but even love couldn't shield him from the isolation fame imposed. Behind the painted smiles and eccentric costumes, Johnny wrestled with a soul yearning for peace, a battle few saw amidst the applause. Then the world turned. Controversy stripped away his roles, and harsh judgments drowned his voice. Peace seemed lost forever. The early 2000s brought whispers of personal turmoil, but it was his 2016 divorce from Amber Heard that ignited a media storm. Allegations of abuse flew, and the public narrative shifted overnight. Hollywood, quick to judge, distanced itself. Roles in the Fantastic Beasts franchise were cut, and his image was tarnished. Tabloids painted him as a villain, their headlines a barrage of condemnation. The man who once captivated millions was now a pariah, his career hanging by a thread. Legal battles ensued, draining his resources and spirit, yet the court of public opinion had already delivered its verdict. Sponsors dropped him, and fans wavered, leaving him to face a world that seemed to turn its back in unison. The pain was palpable, a fall from grace that tested the very core of his identity. But he fought back with dignity. In court, he sought the truth. The only thing that matters, he said. Strength emerged from the silence. In 2020, Johnny Depp took his case to the UK courts against The Sun, which had labeled him a wife-beater. The loss was a blow, but it steeled his resolve. The 2022 Virginia trial against Amber Heard became his platform, a 6-week saga where he laid bare his life. Testimonies from friends, audio recordings, and his own words painted a picture of resilience. The jury ruled largely in his favor, finding Heard's claims defamatory, a vindication that echoed beyond the courtroom. "Truth is the only thing that matters," he reiterated, his voice steady despite the years of ordeal. This was no victory lap, but a reclaiming of his narrative, a testament to a man who refused to let lies define him. His calm demeanor, his focus on facts, revealed a strength forged in adversity, a quiet power that silenced the noise. From Dior to Cannes, fans rallied and new projects bloomed. He stood tall, not to prove them wrong, but to prove himself right. The 2019 Dior Sauvage campaign marked his commercial return, its rugged imagery a stark contrast to the tabloid caricatures. In 2022, his standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival for Jean Dubarry signaled a creative resurgence. Fans flooded social media with support, their voices a chorus of redemption. New music with Jeff Beck and a return to painting showcased a man rediscovering his roots. Hollywood hesitated, but independent projects like Modi offered hope. This was no overnight comeback, but a slow rebuild, brick by brick, fueled by a spirit unbroken. He didn't seek revenge, but renewal, proof that his art and his truth could outlast the storm. Now through art, music, and a life reclaimed, he speaks of peace, love, and freedom. The man endures. In the quiet of his studio, Johnny paints canvases that reflect his inner world, bold, chaotic, beautiful. His music, a blend of blues and soul, echoes the rhythms of his youth. He speaks rarely now, but when he does, it's with a wisdom earned through pain. "I'm just trying to find some peace," he said, a sentiment that resonates with those who've watched his journey. His children remain his pride, their laughter a balm for old wounds. Away from the spotlight, he's built a life of simplicity, gardens, guitars, and the company of those who matter. This is the Johnny Depp who endures, a man who turns scars into stories, proving that true strength lies in the quiet moments. They tried to silence him, but truth found its way. They tried to break him, but he became unbreakable. This is not just Johnny Depp's story. It's a lesson in strength. His life, a tapestry of triumph and trial, offers a mirror to our own resilience. The world may turn, but some spirits stand firm. From the boy with a guitar to the man who faced the abyss and returned, Johnny Depp's tale is one of unyielding courage. Let it remind us that even in our darkest hours, the truth can light the way. Respect to the man who never gave up.